Grafting involves attaching a part of one plant to another. This technique joins two plants, allowing them to grow together as one. The part being grafted is called the scion, while the plant providing the root system is known as the stalk. A common example is grafting apples and oranges. This process combines the strengths of both plants, creating a more resilient hybrid. The scion is placed onto the stalk, and grafting wax is used to secure the union. Over time, the two parts grow together, forming a single plant. Have you ever wondered how some plants reproduce without flowers? Non-flowering plants have a unique way of reproduction. They use spores instead of seeds. Mushrooms, fungi, mosses, and ferns are examples of non-flowering plants. These plants don't produce flowers or seeds. Instead, they reproduce by releasing spores. Spores are tiny, lightweight, and can travel long distances. Mushrooms and fungi often have fruiting bodies that release spores. Mosses and ferns also produce spores, usually on the underside of their leaves. Liverworts, another type of non-flowering plant, have special structures that produce spores. These plants thrive in moist environments, making spore dispersal easier. Why do seeds disperse? It's a fascinating question. Let's explore the reasons behind it. Seeds disperse to avoid competition. They need space, sunlight, and water to grow. If they stay too close, they compete for these resources. Dispersal also prevents overcrowding. Too many plants in one area can lead to poor growth. By spreading out, plants ensure they have enough room. Lastly, dispersal helps in the continuation of plant species. By spreading seeds far and wide, plants increase their chances of survival. This ensures that the species can thrive in various environments. What is germination? It's the process where a seed grows into a seedling. During germination, a seed transforms into a young plant. This process begins when the seed absorbs water and oxygen through its seed coat. The seed then starts to grow and develop into a seedling. Several conditions are essential for germination. These include light, water, oxygen, and the right temperature. Water and oxygen are absorbed by the seed, which triggers its growth. Minerals and nutrients also play a crucial role in the seedling's development. In summary, germination is the first step in a plant's life cycle. With the right conditions, a seed can grow into a healthy plant. Let's explore the difference between monocot and dicot seeds. Monocot seeds have one cotyledon. Dicot seeds have two cotyledons. This is the primary difference. Monocots include plants like corn and wheat. Dicots include beans and peas. Monocot leaves have parallel veins. Dicot leaves have a network of veins. This affects how the leaves look. Monocots have a fibrous root system. Dicots have a taproot system. This impacts how they absorb water and nutrients. Understanding these differences helps in identifying plant types. It also aids in agricultural practices. Plants have fascinating ways to reproduce. Let's explore them. Plants often reproduce sexually through flowers. Flowers contain male and female parts. Pollen from the male part fertilizes the ovule in the female part. This process creates seeds. Plants can also reproduce asexually. One method is through spores. Ferns and mosses use spores to reproduce. Another method is vegetative propagation. This involves new plants growing from parts like roots, stems, or leaves. Examples include potatoes and strawberries. So plants reproduce through flowers, spores, and different parts of the plant. Nature's diversity is truly amazing. Pollination is a crucial process in the life cycle of plants. It involves the transfer of pollen from the male part of a flower to the female part. This enables fertilization and the production of seeds. Pollinators like bees, butterflies, birds, and even wind play a vital role. They help move pollen from one flower to another. Without pollinators, many plants would not be able to reproduce. When a pollinator visits a flower, it collects nectar and pollen sticks to its body. As it moves to the next flower, some of this pollen rubs off onto the stigma. This is the female part of the flower. The pollen then travels down to the ovary, where fertilization occurs. Pollination is essential for the production of fruits, vegetables, and seeds. It supports biodiversity and helps maintain healthy ecosystems. Without it, our food supply and natural habitats would be at risk. Flowers are fascinating structures. They are the reproductive parts of flowering plants. Let's break down the main parts of a flower. First, we have the sepals. These are the green, leaf-like parts at the base of the flower. They protect the bud before it opens. Next, the petals. These are often colorful and attract pollinators like bees and butterflies. They surround the reproductive parts of the flower. Then we have the stamens. These are the male parts of the flower. Each stamen consists of an anther and a filament. The anther produces pollen. The pistil is the female part of the flower. It is made up of the stigma, style, and ovary. The stigma catches pollen, which travels down the style to the ovary. Each part of the flower plays a crucial role in reproduction. Together, they ensure the survival of the plants. Pollination is the transfer of pollen from the male part to the female part of a flower. This process is essential for plant reproduction. Self-pollination occurs when pollen from the same flower or another flower on the same plant fertilizes the ovule. It ensures reproduction even in isolated plants. Cross-pollination happens when pollen from one plant fertilizes the ovule of a flower on a different plant. This increases genetic diversity. Dispersal of seeds is the movement or transport of seeds away from the parent plant. This can happen through wind, water, animals, or other mechanisms. It helps plants colonize new areas and reduces competition for resources. Vegetative reproduction is a form of asexual reproduction in plants. It involves the growth of new plants from parts like roots, stems, or leaves. This method allows plants to reproduce without seeds and can quickly produce large numbers of offspring. Plants have developed various methods to disperse their seeds. This helps them spread and grow in new areas. Some seeds are light and have wings or fluff. This allows them to be carried by the wind. Examples include dandelions and maple seeds. Other seeds can float and are carried by water. Coconuts are a great example. They travel across oceans to find new places to grow. Animals also help in seed dispersal. Some seeds stick to animal fur. Others are eaten and later excreted. Berries and burdock seeds use this method. Some plants use a method called explosion dispersal. Their seed pods burst open and scatter seeds. An example is the touch-me-not plant. Let's explore the fascinating parts of seeds. Seeds are essential for plant reproduction. The seed coat is the outer layer. It protects the seed from damage and disease. Inside the seed coat is the endosperm. It provides nutrition to the developing seed. Next, we have the cotyledon. It is the first leaf or leaves that appear from a germinating seed. Finally, the embryo is the young plant itself. It contains the root, stem, and leaf structures. The embryo will grow into a mature plant. Understanding these parts helps us appreciate how plants grow.